In today's video, we're going to be looking at some frugal tips that can really save you tens of thousands of dollars over the course of the next few years. Now, being frugal is not about being cheap. Being frugal is about spending less money on a majority of things that people do. It is a way of life that aims to create a lot less waste, get a lot more use out of the things you have, and enjoy things that really don't come with a price tag. Now, this, of course, can go hand in hand with a lot of people saying frugal is cheap. I think there is a very, very clear, definite line. When you're on the frugal side, you are buying things again that are adding value. If you're buying something, let's say a more expensive item of clothing, that is going to last you for 3-5 years. It is better than buying a half dozen of a very cheap item and then replacing it every 6 months. Let's go ahead and get into this list with number one, shopping around for car insurance. Now, this is incredibly cost effective when you look at your insurance, not only car insurance, homeowners insurance, any insurance that you're paying for. You can save a lot of money. This is an ultra competitive area. I went from USAA all the way to AAA. Now with AAA, we save $1,600 a year. That is kind of crazy. When you break it down, that is a lot of money to save on an annual basis, just right off the bat. And of course, we mirrored the insurance that I had with USAA. Moving it over to AAA, we kept the same identical insurance, just at a much lower premium. Now, I love the second one in here, which is only buying things on one day of the week. That is right. So if you have a day off, if you have a specific day, you will do all of your purchases on that specific day. What this means is you're going to the grocery store, you're getting gas, you're going to Costco, you're doing your Amazon purchases. Any purchases that you are looking to do, you are picking one specific day. This is something that I absolutely want to try, is just making sure that that one day is what we're buying everything. What happens though is a lot of people are saying that if you shop on one specific day, let it be Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day it is, that by the time you get back to that day of the following week, when you're actually going to buy something, most of the time you don't even want it or you don't even need it anymore at that point, which I could definitely see. Number three, we look at eating down your pantry and your freezer. It's amazing. I was literally shocked with this one as well. When you start looking at things that you have in your fridge, in your freezer, most of the food in there goes to waste. A lot of it gets freezer burn, but making sure that you're eating through and going down what you have in there, because it is items in there that you've already paid for. Now, meal prepping, of course, on this list, because it is huge. If you make a shopping list, sticking to your shopping list on your specific day that you're going out and spending money, you will have everything ready. You will have everything prepped, making it very easy to go ahead and do the shopping. Now, also number four, picking a store that has a good reward system. Now here we have Kroger, we have Meijer, we have a bunch of different places. We have Costco, we have BJ's, we have Sam's Club. There's a lot of different places, but making sure that they do have a rewards program that is going to pay you with their loyalty system. Majority of people that do shop at Kroger, not only do they have good discounts on the products that they carry, but you can even redeem your reward points for gas fill-ups, which is going to cut down your cost at the pump. So not only are you picking up the groceries that you need, but it is also cutting down a lot of the expenses that we're seeing outside when you go to get gas. Number five, watch who and what you do on social media. This is huge. When you look at a lot of influencers, really the overconsumption, again, going back to the frugal nature of the thought, spending your time and effort sitting in front of a television, sitting inside of social media is not the place that you want to live your life. You want it in reality. You want it with your kids, with your family, with your friends. Again, it is not the place that you'll be stuck to. As much as I love YouTube, I really don't consume much content on here as much as I love to provide it to you guys in making sure that you're saving money and becoming debt free. And if you like the content that I'm putting out there, definitely subscribe to the channel and we'll continue with our list. Number six, reusing, repurposing, and enjoying things you already have. This is huge. When you go through the frugality or the decluttering process, not only do you find a lot of stuff that you haven't used or haven't seen for a lot of time, if it's 6-12 months, there is a possibility that one, you could sell it to make money, but two, you could go ahead and repurpose this or actually use it for the satisfaction. If it's an item that you're not going to use, that you haven't used for years, it's time to get rid of it. The ability to declutter your space and decluttering process will make you feel better. And of course, you're going to live a lot better and a lot more, putting a lot more value on the things that are really important. Number seven, check the markdown rack at the grocery store. I love this. So once the food is nearing the expiration date, which we know the expiration date is really the sell by date, it doesn't mean that if the expiration date is January 1st, the food is suddenly spoiled. If you go early morning, if you're looking to prep, shopping that rack can save you literally hundreds of dollars when you're shopping there on a regular basis. It's kind of crazy. We also have like a custom cheese deli down there that has a wholesale rack on it. If you're looking to build things or buy things like we do macaroni and cheese, we don't buy it in the little blue box. We make it all natural. We make it homemade and it works incredibly well. And you can also get a lot of the cheeses and things of that nature on a discount. Number 8, once finding affordable, comfortable things or high quality things, buy multiples of them when the price is right. So there are a lot of different apps. There are a lot of sites that will track costs of specific items. For me personally, I do this with shoes. Normally when I buy shoes, I will buy 2 or 3 pairs because at my age, my shoe size is not changing. It hasn't changed in the last 20 plus years, but overall getting a good quality pair of shoes at a good price. I actually got my shoes last time at DSW. They had the shoes that were actually going out of stock that I usually wear. So I bought 3 pairs of them. And guess what, guys? I have shoes for probably the next 6 to 7 years. They were at a 70% discount. For the price that I was paying for one single pair, I got 3 pairs, probably a little bit more than that, but 3 pairs in general. Cost savings wise, it was kind of crazy. Not only not wasting time to go out there and shop and find what I'm looking for, but also getting it at a very, very big discount. Number 9, we get into the home repairs. I love this. YouTube is a lifesaver to thousands of dollars, which is kind of crazy. When you think of a lot of repairs, when you think of a lot of fixes, I had an individual that lawnmower wasn't working. We YouTubed it, got it working. We had a dishwasher wasn't working. Same thing, YouTubed it, we got it working. Sub pump, how do we repair it? How do we replace it? Pulled up a quick YouTube video. Even my Bowflex that I have in my basement wasn't working properly. Couple of YouTube searches, pulled up a video and corrected the problem, which again, if you're looking to hire a repairman, not only do you have to wait till they're available, but it also comes with a really, really big price tag, even if they're just coming to your place. Number 10, we look at the local public library. Now for me, here where we are in Michigan, we have an absolute amazing public library. We actually have 3 of them in the county that I am in. They have free programs. They have a lot of fitness programs. They have a lot of movies. They have a ton of free, of course, library materials. When you look at books, DVDs, they have video games, they have puzzles, they have things that you can rent out, and it is free. You are already paying for it. They also have a lot of specialized things depending on where you're at and depending what your library has. But when you look at binoculars, telescopes, they rent a ton of stuff, which again, renting is kind of relative because you borrow it, you don't have to pay for it because the tax dollars are supporting your library. Number 11, join a local no-buy group. Now this, of course, on social media is huge. Joining the groups where you're not going to buy anything, like I said before, when we're shopping on one day and one day only, which means the other 6 days of the week, we are going to have nothing outside of possibly an emergency expense that you have. Now, most people, it takes a while to get into this mindset where it is not so much of the consumption, but it is about, again, enjoying the things that you do have in your life. Now, this, of course, again, is going to take a little bit of time. There is an adjustment period. Number 12, the grocery list. I live and die by the grocery list. When I go to the grocery list, when I go grocery shopping, if I have 15 items on the list, I am coming back with 15 or less items. If they're out of something, I do not substitute. We've talked about this before. I do not substitute things that are on the list. If they do not have it, I just come back without that item. I stick to my list. I don't do the impulse purchases. I don't buy things at checkout. When you look at checkout and you see all of the candy bars and you see the food and you see the drinks, people spend a roughly $2,500 a year buying garbage at checkout. Not only is junk food incredibly bad for you, but it is also expensive. And if you looked at the price of it lately, it is kind of very expensive from what we've seen. Number 13, learning how to cook at home. Most people don't know this, and it is kind of crazy to think that we feed ourselves, 1, 2, 3 times a day for most people, if not more. Most people don't know how to cook. They are reliant on going out to eat. And not only is out to eat food, if you're going out to a restaurant, even if you're getting fast food, the prices on there are astronomical. if you're shopping right now, learning how to not only go grocery shopping, but cook and prep your own food can save you not only a lot of time, but it can also save you a lot of money if it is done properly. Fast food got its name because you can get a meal in under a minute if you're going to McDonald's or a different chain. But overall, if you're meal prepping on one specific day, you can literally have a week's worth of food all lined up, meaning that all you do, you come home, you warm it up, you pop it in the microwave, whatever it may be, and the food will be ready to go. Number 14, if you're thinking about new appliances, look for them online first. Now, of course, with the rise of the Facebook marketplace, when it comes to air fryers, when it comes to thrift stores, when it comes to garage sales, yard sales, even looking at Facebook, a lot of people buy appliances, especially smaller appliances, and they never use them, or they might have one or two uses on them, and then they never use them again. We have seen an incredible amount of stuff, and we have gotten a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace that is literally probably 10% of the original price, new in box. They're literally getting rid of it. It is crazy to see how much stuff is on there. Number 15, spending a few dollars at a thrift store to buy wash rags, clean spills, whatever it may be. Paper towels are expensive. Here we have BJ's, which is local. Paper towels run about $24 for a big thing of them. Now, if you think $24, let's say you're doing that twice a month, you are spending $50 on paper towels every single month, which is kind of crazy. Again, the cost overall, you can save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by literally switching to actual rags, actual cloths, like we used in the olden days. When I think back, looking at napkins, there was once upon a time options other than paper napkins. There was options other than Kleenexes. I know a lot of the sanitary experts out there, but overall, it used to be a different price at a different time. Number 16, never buy anything treats-wise full price. This is huge. When you go out, use codes, shopping online, even buying gift cards. A lot of times when we're prepping to do something, we will buy discounted gift cards at Sam's Club, at BJ's. You can get a lot of things cheaper, even if you do it during the week. So a lot of times they have the Taco Tuesdays, they have half off Wednesdays. A lot of places have the kids eat free, or if you buy one, you get one free. There are so many freebies, especially if you have apps for specific places. You can get a lot of things that are discounted or completely free. Number 17, call your cable company, call your cell phone provider, make sure you're on a budget, make sure your plan aligns with your usage, and you're not overpaying for these things that you don't need to. In addition, a lot of people will look to switch altogether. Again, very similar to insurance companies, cable companies, and cell phone providers are super competitive. When you look at Verizon, when you look at AT&T, when you look at T-Mobile, they are literally competing for your business and competing for your dollars, meaning that if you switch to another one, you can probably save a little bit of money. Number 18 is Amazon. Be very careful with Amazon. This is another one that you want to track exactly what is going on at Amazon, what the prices are. A lot of times, a lot of different places, including Amazon, will say it's discounted, or if you sign up for this, you get a rebate. Overall, you have to see what the price was. A lot of things that you see that say that they are on sale might technically not be on sale, or you can find the same thing at a cheaper substitute place, meaning that it is going to be a lot cheaper. Number 19, a rice cooker, a pressure cooker, a slow cooker. This makes it incredibly easy where you can kind of set it and forget it in the morning. You come home and your dinner is done. That is right, in its entirety, it is completely done. Number 20, sucker for fast food. A lot of people do really fall into the option, have to go back to always looking at the option to go ahead and eat. There are a lot of places where you don't have to get fast food, but meal prepping at home, there's also a lot of places, again, when you look at discounts, when you look at rebates, when you look at getting a lot of things cheaper, rewards programs like Chipotle has a pretty good rewards program where if you're going in there and food there is relatively expensive in relationship to probably what you can buy it and prep it yourself, but overall, staying out of that fast food lane. Always stay away from the buy now, pay later. This is in crazy, really setting yourself up for failure. What we see in the financial market is if you're buying something and they say, okay, well, it's going to be 12 months that you're not going to have to pay any interest, 12 months, same as cash. Majority of people do not pay it off within 12 months, and all you're doing is delaying the payments. What you need to do and what you really need to focus on is buying things when you can afford them. It might mean you might have to wait a couple weeks if you're saving up for a TV or a larger purchase, but making it worthwhile. And ultimately, a lot of people decide that they really don't need it once they do the waiting period, and which is kind of crazy. And the final one I'm going to leave you with today is absolutely being frugal and being on the same page with your spouse, with your partner, with anyone else that you're financially responsible for, and keeping the conversation open between them. If you have kids, studies have proven that even as young as elementary school, getting the conversation, getting the finance conversation, getting the conversation about needs and wants and what the difference is between there makes a really big difference when it comes to the frugal living, making sure that everyone is on board. So, all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.